Well, guys, I know we've been talking about it for a long time, but it's official now. Lugia VSTAR is a Tier 0 best deck in the Pokemon TCG, outperforming every other deck at the Latin American International Championships by miles. Not just miles, light years. 25% of the field was made up of Lugia VSTAR decks. In Day 2, 40% of the field was Lugia VSTAR decks. And if you think that's bad, of the top 16 decks at this event, 12 of them, that's 75%, were Lugia VSTAR. And in the finals, of course, we had a Lugia VSTAR mirror with Tord Reklev taking his 4th international championship title with the win. Now, this video isn't about Lugia VSTAR. It's about the top deck that wasn't Lugia VSTAR. And that deck was piloted by Grant Manley and Azul Garcia Griego. It's a creative Lost Box deck that Grant was able to take all the way to top 4 before eventually losing to Lugia. Azul finished in the top 16 with the same list. It's a really cool deck and I'm stoked to show it off. But before we get to it, I want to show you my new YouTube channel, Tricky Jim VODs. I know what you're thinking. Dang, I love watching Tricky Jim, but I wish I could watch all of the games he plays. Not just the games where the deck works and he wins. I want to see the games where he falls flat on his face and gets crushed by random online opponents. Well, you're in luck. Here on Tricky Jim VODs, you can watch my stream uploads in their entirety right here on YouTube. So make sure to head over to Tricky Jim VODs and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's look at that Lost Box deck. This is the deck that Grant Manley used to finish in the top 4 of the Latin American International Championships. It's a pretty standard looking Lost Box deck with your usual suspects, Comfey, Sableye, Cramorant, and then there's a Kyogre from Celebrations in here, which is a crazy card. It's got the Aqua Storm attack, which requires that you discard the top 5 cards of your deck, then choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and the attack does 50 damage for each energy card you discarded to each of those Pokemon. So if you discarded 5 energy, you're going to do 250 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. But discarding 5 energy with Aqua Storm is pretty difficult. So how do we do it? In this deck, you're going to want to draw through your entire deck using Comfey's Flower Selecting, Colress's Experiment, Pokestop, and Radiant Greninja's Concealed cards. Once you've discarded or lost zoned or drawn every card in your deck, then you can put 5 basic energy back into the deck with Energy Recycler and use Kyogre's Aqua Storm to hopefully do 250 damage to 2 Pokemon and win the game. That's the idea. When it works, it's absolutely insane and can easily sweep up anything that you've softened up with Sableye's Lost Mine or Radiant Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken or even Cramorant's Spit Innocently attack. Raikou V is another cool card in this deck with its Lightning Rondo attack, which does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So if you and your opponent have full benches, you can do 220 damage. Raikou is mostly here for knocking out Lugia VSTARs if your opponent doesn't happen to have Dunsparce in play. Even if they do have Dunsparce to make it not weak to lightning, you can knock out the Dunsparce with Sableye's Lost Mine attack and then finish off a Lugia later on in the match with Raikou V. This is a really difficult version of Lost Box to play, so check it out in action and let me know what you think of Grant Manley and Azul Garcia Griego's Lost Box deck. We're up against a Palkia deck with our Lost Box deck. Double battle VIP pass to kick off the game. Wow, that's crazy. What a strong start. Love this. We'll go get Radiant Greninja and Comfey. We prized our Raikou this game, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's fine. We've got Manaphy. That's good. And we can get Oranguru. We'll take these guys. First, concealed cards. Draw 2 extra. And now it's time to start selecting flowers. At this point, we've got all the basics that we need. So don't really need that battle VIP pass no mo. So we'll send that pack into the Lost Zone. Flower selecting, and we don't even need another Comfy. We've got the 2 that we need, so that's okay. And I will gladly retreat into this Comfy and flower selecting again. And we find Choice Belt and Scoop Up Net. I think the Scoop Up Net is better. We'll take that. And just save those for next turn. Primate Wisdom, the Culver's Experiment onto the top of the deck and pass here. Now we've put a lot of pressure on our opponent's turn 1 because we have gotten a fair amount of cards into the Lost Zone. We've set up Manaphisha, and we ain't playing around, all right? You're not going to be able to turn 2 Moonlight Shuriken me, but we are also forcing our opponent to get a Manaphy out early because we could turn 2 Moonlight Shuriken them with 3 cards in the Lost Zone. It'll be very easy for us to get 4 more cards into the Lost Zone next turn. Just a Culver's Experiment and a couple of switches, which I already have in my hand. And we will be able to negotiate that. They've got a Alolan Vulpix VSTAR. So that's pretty cool. And Collapsed Stadium. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Most notably, they did not put down a Manaphy. So we're kind of chilling. Let's put down the Pokestop. And we will Culver's Experiment. Let's do it. Now we find Mirage Gate, Escape Rope, Clara, and a Water Energy. I think that the Clara is pretty good. We've got Double Rod. The Clara is pretty important, but not 100% necessary. The basic energies are kind of the most important thing in the deck. I think we'll take these and send the Rope. Then we've got plenty of switch cards in the deck, so we can comfortably start flower selecting. Or we've got plenty of switch cards in our hand, so we're good to start flower selecting and then work towards our attack for the turn. Had to send a water to the Lost Zone, which is not ideal, but that's okay. We've also got concealed cards now, and with the rods in our hand, I'm not terribly worried about that. We'll scoop up Nets, Comfy, go with this other Comfy, flower selecting, and we'll take the Energy Recycler. Definitely have to value your energy in this list. And then, at this point, we can use one of our rods to chuck a couple energy back into the deck, switch cards into the Radiant Greninja. That should be good. We'll do that. Shuffle in these just to be safe. Mirage Gate, and we'll accelerate these to the Radiant Greninja. Bench or attach this, that's fine. Can quick ball. I don't know that I need to quick ball anything. I think we're okay. We'll let this Pokestop rip though. For sure. We just want to work towards the bottom of the deck. We'll switch cards into Radiant Greninja. And I think we're going to hit the Palkia and the Sobble. We've got Snorlax, can finish off this Palkia next turn, if need be. Let's Primate Wisdom the Culver's Experiment on top of the deck. And thank you, Mighty G, for that tier 1 sub. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Bench this Comfy, that's fine. And we will Moonlight Shuriken, smacking these two. That's good. Knock out the Sobble, limit their options next turn, send those to the discard pile, and take our prize. We got Raikou prized. There it is. So now I'm feeling real strong about the situation. The Alolan Vulpix VSTAR is an interesting card, but not one that I think really affects our deck too much. Wait, does it? No. No, we're going to be fine, right? Okay. How many guys in our deck have abilities? Every single attacker in our deck has an ability? Every single one? Holy smokes. All right, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to just get out the Alolan. All right. Okay. So, what's up with our escape rope? We got one in the Lost Zone, and we've got one more in the deck. Sableye can place damage counters on it. That's true. This is important. That is something. So, we've got a couple of ways we could deal with this, but the best way to deal with it is just going to be to escape rope and Kyogre it on the bench, right? So, we need to just be careful not to... We need to be careful not to knock out everybody, right? It looks like they're going to cross-switcher up Oranguru. That's fine. And they're going in with Vulpix right now. They got Path. Okay. So I feel okay about this. They're preventing all damage done to them by my Pokemon that have abilities. They've got Path down. That's okay. We've got Colress's Experiment. Let's just get to the bottom of the deck and try to Kyogre. I think that's just what we're doing, right? Seems good. And we could Sableye until then. There should be a Sableye still in my deck, so let's do that. We'll Quick Ball away. I don't think I'm using Snorlax necessarily. It seems like a Sableye angle. So we go here. That's good. Path does turn off. Well, Path is crazy, actually. Okay, so Path says, Pokemon with the rule box have no abilities. What? So you're saying. So what you're saying, yeah, is that we could actually smack with Raikou now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, we'll Colress's Experiment. And off of Colress, we're going to take Mirage Gate, Scoop Up Net, and Capture Energy. That all seems fine. And then let's Flower Selecting. And we actually don't want the Pokestop now. Right? I'm pretty sure we don't. Yeah. So that's okay. And then we'll Scoop Up Net Comfy. They've used their V-Star, so I don't need to worry about anything crazy happening. We'll take this other Mirage Gates. And bench Comfy. Scoop Up Nets. Flower Selecting. Take the water. And what do you think? You think I'd just go in with Raikou? I mean, we certainly could. That, or I soften with Sableye first. I think we just go in with Raikou. I don't have a lot of bench Pokemon. I'd be doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'm threatening a 2-hit KO with Raikou. And there's not a lot that they can do about it. So I think that's okay. Let's Capture Energy here. Take a look at the deck. We've got Colress's Experiment, Energy Recycler, 2 energy left in the deck. There's a Lightning and a Water left in the deck, which is good to know because I don't actually need to use my Rod or Recycler yet. We can just bench this guy, Mirage Gates to the Raikou, and it's not worth benching out. We just want to do Lightning Rondo for 120 damage. That's a 2-hit KO, so we're fine. Now, if they retreat into Palkia to try and take a knockout or something, right? Like right now they're doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're doing 160 with Subspace Swell right now. If they retreat into Palkia and bench 2 more Pokemon, they could take a knockout. But that would open the door for me to be able to do some cool plays with Kyogre. So they're going to retreat in Melanie. That makes sense. The path to the peak was a situation that, yes, and they've got 2 more bench Pokemon. The Manaphy is a major problem. Yes. That's not great for us, but we can do it still. They've got the knockout. They're going to 3 prizes remaining. We now go Sableye a couple of times. So we've got Sableye, 3 cards left in deck. We've got 5 prizes left to take. So we go Sableye, attached to Sableye. I've got 10 cards in Lost Zone, right? 6. Yeah, plenty. Okay, cool. So now we need to knock out Manaphy. I think knock out Manaphy and or I could knock out Sobble. I think it's knock out Manaphy though. So we retreat. Bench this other Comfy, that's fine. I mean, I certainly could just whip out the Raikou again, but I've already retreated. All right. I could have done that. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Let's just do this then. We'll Lost Mine, and we're going to put 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's fine. We're going to do this. I could take a knockout with Raikou next turn. I think it's not necessarily worth it this turn. They've still got 3 prizes. We'll whoop out the Raikou, like, yeah, next turn, I think is fine to do it. So we're cool. Knocking out the Sobble is the best play because it limits their options. And if they bench another Sobble, then I just farm it. Like, it's fine. Sableye just destroy the Sobbles. So they're going to turn my Radiant Greninja back on so that they can Radiant Greninja. This list doesn't play Zigzagoon, so we don't have that as an option. Benching another Palkia complicates things. And that's the reason I didn't put damage counters on Manaphy, because they could just scoop it up. So we've got 4 prizes left to take. This thing's only got 60 hit points left, which is pretty good. If they bench a Sobble, then we can take 3 prizes next turn with just Sableye. So they can't bench Sobble anymore, which is really good for us. They've got Raihan as their supporter for turn. And they're going to Raihan onto Radiant Greninja. I've got recovery cards in hand. We've got Clara right here. So I can easily recover Sableye and make some magic happen. They're going to bench the Sobble. They shouldn't do that. You should not do that. That's fine with me, though. Yeah, because now we're coming in with Sableye again. So what we do is we Clara. And with Clara, we will do both. We will put the Sableye back into our hand. We're going to put the Raikou back into our hand. And then we're gonna recover a Psychic and a Lightning. Seems, I actually need to put, that's fine, I can put some energy back into the deck and then retreat, it's fine. I don't know that I actually have a switch card left. I don't think so. Let's take a Training Court too. That's pretty sick. We'll do that. I don't think I have a switch card left in the deck. But I don't know if I'm necessarily trying to find out. Let's see what my last 2 cards are in the deck. Real quick. Quick ball away at Colress. That's fine. Energy Recycler and Battle VIP Pass. It's actually a really easy flower selecting, so I think that's okay. Flower selecting. Yeah, we'll take that. Now we've got 0 cards left in the deck. So what we do is we... Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy. That's fine. So we can Energy Recycler all 5 of those back into the deck. And then we can't bench the Raikou. They did not bench their other Palkia. So I actually can bench the Raikou, actually, because they did not bench their other Palkia. So we just do that. Well, no, because they could just gust. I take it back. Never mind. Because I'm not knocking this thing out. So I cannot bench the Raikou. So I just go Mirage Gate whatever energy to the active just to retreat it. Do this. And then we retreat and disable eye, and I think we're chilling. We lost mine. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We take our 3 prize cards, go into just 1 prize card remaining, and there shouldn't be anything that my opponent can bench that can survive an attack from Raikou. So that's our game-winning play, I think. The worst thing they can do to me right now would be to Roxanne me. But they have to just have it. Oh, no, don't do this. That's fine. They have to... Thank goodness I brought this thing up. Holy smokes. They have to just have Roxanne in hand without being able to shady dealings for it. If they can Roxanne me, no shady dealings, then they may win. But you see, they've got all these cards that are just dead because they can't, Evolution Incense, get Drizzile, shady dealings, but, they don't have any Sobbles down because we smacked all those with our Sableye. Oh my god, they have it. Ah, they're just burning the cards out of their hand. Oh boy. Well. Well. The thing is, they brought the Snorlax back, who can knock... No, it can't knock out. It's 10 short. Oh, my God. Okay. 14 cards? Oh, my God. Okay. They've got 1 prize remaining. We've got Mirage Gates and Hisuian Heavy Ball. I do not have a basic Pokemon. Now, I can't knock out the Manaphy. Okay, we need the flower selecting into Raikou. Just straight up. Just have to do it. Colors, okay. This is good. We got capture energy, rod, and escape rope. That should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, here we go. So we got rod. I think we have it, right? How many basic energy in the discard pile? Oh, plenty. Yeah, rod. Yeah, shuffle. Whatever. Do both. We've got it. We've got it. It's right here, baby. I could do it with Sableye. Oh, insane. Sableye gets it done. All I have to do is attack this Manaphy and it's game over. So we'll do this. Go get Sableye. Mirage Gate. The Psychic to the Sableye. And that's GG's. Retreat. Lost mine. And we put the 12 damage counters on the Manaphy. GG's. Playing against a Palkia VSTAR deck. We're going second. And we got a really solid opening hand. Let's kick it off with a Colress's Experiment. We will gladly get Battle VIP Pass and Scoop Up Nets. And we probably also value the basic energy. That seems good. If there's one thing I've learned while playing this deck, it's that your basic energy is extremely valuable. We've got Battle VIP Pass for Comfy and Radiant Greninja, and then Quick Ball can guarantee us the turn one. Yo, what if I could turn one Raikou? I could win this game. I could win this game right now if I can get the turn one Mirage Gate. Let's go, chat. You guys believe? We got any believers? Think we can get it done? Let's conceal cards. We've got Battle VIP Pass. Raikou is right there. Just saying. Well, now we can Quick Ball for the Raikou if we need to. So, that's okay. We've got Cramorant and Comfy. And we'll Flower Selecting. Let's go. We need 7. That's a good start. That's what I like to see, baby. Scoop up nets. More scoop up nets. And at this point, I will Quick Ball away the Cramorant to go get the Raikou. Just to thin the deck, right? We just want to find more switching cards. Flower Selecting Ordinary Rod or Quick Ball. We'll grab the Ordinary Rod. And Scoop Up Nets. Comfy. Flower Selecting. Uh-oh, we might be at the end of the line here. Grab the Lightning. We've got 5 in the Lost Zone. I could retreat. It's like, I don't think we can quite do it. Ugh. It would be so irresponsible to retreat into a Comfy. It's much more responsible to just retreat into Cramorant and swing. So we'll do that. We'll bench this guy. And we'll spit innocently for 110 damage. That's fine. Raikou can draw, true, but it can't put cards in the Lost Zone. And I needed 2 more cards in the Lost Zone. So I would have had to... I would have gone for it if I only needed to Flower Select into a switch card once. But in order to get it, I would have had to Flower Select into a switch card. Well... yes, I would have had to Flower Select into a switch card twice because I was using my retreat for turn there. Yeah. So I would have had to do that. Now, the fear is that my opponent plays Empoleon V in November of 2022. That is my fear. Yeah. That they've got this guy, who is not necessarily a guy that we want to see at all on November 28th, 2022. No. This is a card we haven't had to deal with as a Lost Box player in at least a couple of months. So, we got some work cut out for us, but that's okay. Empoleon turns off my Comfies. This is a Palkia Kyurem deck. This actually makes things a little bit easier. If this was Palkia Inteleon with an Empoleon, I was going to be quite scared. But Kyurem, it's fine. we're chilling. I think I'd rather them attack with Empoleon there than attack with a Radiant Greninja. If they had Moonlight Shuriken 2 of my Comfies, I would have been pretty upset. So we got Radiant Greninja. That's all we got. Because my flower selecting doesn't work so long as this goon is in the active spot. So let's do this. Concealed cards, the water energy. And we find Pokestop. We want desperately to find escape rope off of this Pokestop. And we do. Let's go. We're back in business. Content saved. We will bench Comfy and escape rope. And now it's time to flower selecting. Let's go. We got a Mirage Gate and a Capture Energy. Capture Energy. Is it necessary? No. We'll grab the Mirage Gate. And then I could switch cards into, because I have just 6 in the Lost Zone now. And I need another. So we'll switch card here and flower selecting. And we find Heavy Ball and Rod. We have to take the Rod. And we have Knockout with Raikou, which is fine. I can build up Raikou. So what we do is we Clara. I think I have not retreated yet. So let's do both. We're going to bring back these fellas. And we're going to bring back these fellas. And then we can bench Raikou. I've got 7 in the Lost Zone. I can Mirage Gate and Mirage Gate the water and the Psychic is fine. We'll put the Psychic onto Raikou, the water onto Comfy. We'll attach the Lightning and retreat into Raikou. And then we can fleet-footed. Draw an extra card. Love that. And we find the Colress's Experiment, which is great for next turn. So at this point, I'm kind of just chilling with this board state. Very content with what we got. We'll just Lightning Rondo for the knockout on Palkia. And now my opponent's in a terrible situation because I was able to get around the Empoleon. I've got Raikou, who can one-hit KO Empoleon now. So the Empoleon is effectively doing nothing, which is why everybody stopped playing Empoleon, because it effectively does nothing. They could whip up a mean Kyurem this turn. That would be kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure they won't be able to do that because they've already used Palkia's Star Portal. They don't have even a Palkia in play, so they would have to rip off of Glaciated World or, whatever that ability is in order to accelerate more energy onto the Kyurem. So I'm thinking it's just going to be a Swirly Slice. Yeah, in which case I'm cool with that because we just go knock out Empoleon and then we're setting up game with our big Kyogre. So this is fantastic. We will gladly Colress's Experiment. Grab the important stuff. The energy is important. That's for sure. Snorlax can be important. That's fine. And I love the Pokestop in this deck because it allows us to just churn, just keep churning, which is exactly what we want to do. Get to the bottom of the deck so that we can pull off the crazy Kyogre play. Concealed cards, got a couple more, and then I can even scoop up net the Radiant Greninja and concealed cards again to draw 2 more cards. And here is all of our energy. Love that. We'll take this knockout. We can attach a Psychic Energy to Comfy just so I have it. I can put the Choice Belt onto Cramorant. We can see 3 cards there. Is it worth it to just... I'm like almost at the bottom of the deck, but I'm not quite there. I can retreat, Flower Selecting. I think I can... I've already attached Return. I've only got 1 Mirage Gate in the deck. So what's my Mirage Gate situation? I've got 1 Mirage Gate there. I've got 1 Mirage Gate there. I've got 1 remaining Mirage Gate. It's fine. Even if they Marnie me, I think we're okay. We've got a chill board. So I could set up the Kyogre right now. I think we're chilling. I can fleet-footed. That's right. It's Colress's Experiment. So now we've got 1 card left in the deck, which is fine. Yes. Let's just take this knockout. Not going to bother messing around with setting up the Kyogre. That seems like a lose condition. If I set up the Kyogre now, we're just going to go for the crazy win with Kyogre next turn. Throwing down is like wasting all your resources to set up the Kyogre before the Kyogre is ready to attack is definitely a way we could lose this game. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to let Raikou do its work. They've got Kyurem. They'll take a knockout on the Raikou with Kyurem. They got Irida, so they're not going to disrupt my hand. These decks don't play a lot of Marnies. They don't. They play mostly Irida and Melanie. Those are the 2 supporters they want to play like every turn in the game, right? They either want to be accelerating extra energy into play with Melanie, or they want to be, selecting exactly the cards they want out of their deck with Irida. These Kyurem decks also typically do not play Manaphy, right? They don't usually play Manaphy. So we got the game winner right here, Max Frost, and this game is over. Say goodbye to your Greninja and your Oranguru. This is it. We've got it, folks. Promote Cramorant, top deck Mirage Gates, bench Kyogre. We will Ordinary Rod, 2 basic energy into the deck. We want those 2. We will Energy Recycler, 5 more energy. No, you didn't let me do it. I had it. I could accelerate. I was going to put all the energy back into the deck, and then we were going to accelerate it onto Kyogre, and then we were going to do 250 damage to both your bench fellas. Just, just imagine it, okay? Just you can imagine it. You're going to have to use your imagination for that ending sequence, all right? My opponent didn't want to support the content today. Okay, we're playing against Lugia VSTAR. We've got a good opening hand with Lost Box, Battle VIP Pass. We can go get Comfy and a Radiant Greninja. Seems powerful. Let's do that. Concealed cards. We'll discard the Water Energy, and we've got both our Quick Balls in hand, which is pretty cool. Let's retreat the Cramorant into Comfy and select some flowers. Hisuian Heavy Ball and the Mirage Gates. We'll take the Mirage Gates and then let this Pokestop rip. Lost to Colress's Experiment. That's fine. We got another Comfy, and let's quick ball away the quick ball and go get the Oranguru. And we'll Primate Wisdom the Culver's Experiment onto the top of the deck and pass. So turn 2, we should have a guaranteed Culver's Experiment, allow us to get moving fairly reasonably. Probably still just looking at a Spit Innocently turn 2. We're down both our quick balls. You don't want a quick ball away quick ball. It's not great, but it's fine. We're definitely going to look at saving Snorlax. Snorlax seems like it's important in this matchup because Snorlax can hit the Stoutland, and Stoutland is our biggest enemy. They go for the Pokestop. That's fine. Got an Archeops in the discard pile now. Quick Ball, Eviltal, and probably just going to read the wind, discarding the Eviltal to draw 3 cards. Cool. Culver's Experiment. Who put that there? We'll do it. 5 cards. Yes. This is cool. We want the Scoop Up Nets. We probably want just the 2 basic energies, the most important cards in the deck. And then we'll concealed cards to discard the Water Energy. I think I'm okay just going for Raikou out the gates like this. That seems fine. Concealed cards, the Water Energy. If we can grab Raikou, we might do it. I did just let go of the Capture Energy, but you absolutely need the basic energies in the deck. Or else, if you can't pull off the Aqua Storm at the end of the game, kind of need to be able to do that. It's Flower Selecting. We've got the Choice Belt in the water. We got to take the Choice Belt as it's the only card that allows us to adequately deal with Stoutland. Flower Selecting. And here's Raikou and Clara. That's fine. We'll take the cow. There he is. Nice of you to show up to work, buddy. Good stuff. Mirage Gate's not unlocked yet. We've got only 5 cards in the Lost Zone. So we've got a Scoop Up Net. We've got Ordinary Rod. We've got Pokestop. Let her rip. Good stuff. That's what we like to see. Okay, so now we can... Sure, I'll do the cute play where I Primate Wiz the Battle VIP Pass. Dang it! And then Scoop Up Net. I love the cute play where you do that. Yeah, and we'll take the Psychic Energy. It's always Battle VIP Pass for a Battle VIP Pass, bro. And then we've got 6 cards in the Lost Zone. We need to get the 7th, so we can do this. Scoop Up Nets. The Comfy, send up this one. Flower Selecting again. It's another Scoop Up Net. And Switch Cart, we'll take the Scoop Up Net. And then we can bench Raikou. Can attach to the Raikou. And Mirage Gate. I think we don't want to necessarily send the... we could send the Kyogre down. It doesn't like necessarily hurt. The Mirage Gates. Holy smokes. That's fine. The Lightning Energy to Raikou. Psychic Energy to Kyogre. Scoop Up Nets. Send this guy up. Fleet-footed. And we'll bench the Comfy to have it down. We've got the Choice Belt. We've got Escape Rope. We're low on switch cards, but we are hitting into this with a Dunsparce, which I forgot about. Okay. Yeah. Dang it. It's fine. It's cool. Jake doesn't have anything. There's no chance. I forgot about that. Yes. It's cool. It's fine. We're still setting it up for later, you know. Choice Belt would not have gotten there. It would have been 210, so it's not worth it. It's cool. We're still just we're setting up the Lugia for later. It's cool. It's cool. Raikou's still fine. The Raikou cannot be knocked out by Stoutland. That's what the Raikou's got going for it, all right? So we're okay. I'm still confident. In fact, I think Jake's going to have to go for a read the wind here. Raikou is actually invincible, is the thing that you guys didn't know. And yeah, we're chilling. This is another read the wind about to go down right here. See? Told you. Easy money every time. Now look at us. Now look at us go. Isn't that glorious? We'll call his experiments. We like the Snorlax. Like the Energy Recycler. We like the Sableye. Goodbye to everybody else. Fleet-footed. Let it rip. Escape rope, switch cards. Okay. So now, what's our energy in the discard pile situation looking like? Just 3? How do I have no energy in the deck? I prized a bunch of energy, didn't I? I'm starting to feel like I did. That's fine. Huh. It's Primate Wisdom. Colress's Experiment onto the top of the deck. Basic Energy. That's fine. I think I'm okay to just retreat and take this knockout with Cramorant. That seems okay. We'll attach this energy back to Raikou. Well, this energy to Raikou. And it's fine. I'll conceal. I know I shouldn't conceal cards. I know I got the colors right there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just want a bigger hand. We'll spit. And then we'll take our 2. We did prize a bunch of energy, I think. I've got 4 energy in the discard pile, 5 energy in the discard pile now. So that's fine. But we do have to keep track of that. I've got Lugia now. 2 Archeops in play. No bench space, though. We like that. This helps our cause. Now, as far as cards to remove here, probably this Oranguru. Probably. That's fine. And then we got to figure out how to make this work. I got to knock out this Lugia. I've got Sableyes. I've got stuff. We should be able to do this. All right, they're knocking out the Raikou. That's fine. I kind of knew that this was going to happen. And there goes Raikou. So we're at 4 to 4 prizes. I think at this point, I just try to Kyogre both Archeops. But I don't know if I can do that. But it'd be pretty sick if I did. So let's see. Can I do it? I think I can. Yeah, I can do it. But should we do it? Now that's the bigger question. Because then there's not going to be any sort of shenanigans. We just knock out both Archeops with the Kyogre. I think, right? But then I still got to just knock out the Lugia. That's fine. That's fine. So how many energy I got in the discard pile now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. It's not a lot. But I only have to Mirage Gate 1. Let's Colress's experiment. We've got Rod, Energy, Escape Rope. Cool. And then we concealed cards. There. To get the last card in the deck, which is a bad one. Then we attach to Kyogre. The problem is, can I deal with discarding 5 cards off the top of my deck without instantly losing the game? I think maybe. This is fine. Okay, so we're going to go... I think I shouldn't knock out both Archeops. I think I should knock out one Archeops and then hit this Lugia. I think so. Well, let's Energy Recycler. Okay. We've still got 2 energy in the discard pile. So we're going to do that. I can attach to the Kyogre. And then... See, because I think we're going to win this game with Sableye. Yes, we are. Okay. So this is the plan. You guys ready for the plan? I got the plan. All right, we figured it out. We're going to Rod and just 2 basic energy. We're going to put the 2 lightning back into the deck. And then we go Mirage Gate, just a water energy onto the Kyogre. And I got 6 cards left in my deck. Holy smokes, it's close. You can see how hard playing this deck is, bro. You see how hard this is? That's fine. Then we go Kyogre. It's like everything is just right. There's no room for error. And we Aqua Storm, and we're going to discard 5 energy, and we're going to knock out the Archeops, and we're going to hit that Lugia. There we go. And so I have game next turn because I just take 3 prizes, right? We'll take this, and then I knock out Dunsparce and Lugia with Sableye for game. That's the plan, folks. That's what we're going for. Now, this is not easy to do. If my opponent uses Sharon Care on the Lugia, well, then they're probably, you know, well, they don't have Sharon's Care on the Lugia, all right? The top 2 lists where I'm playing Sharon's Care, so that's fine. The top 2 lists from LAIC. So we're just gonna say that they don't have Sharon's Care. Why? Because Sharon's Care doesn't matter right now. Because you're just trying to take 1-hit KOs. I got Big Stoutland and Marnie. Now, Marnie could, you know, be a doozy. But nah, we're chilling. There we go. It's that easy. Now, if they don't have Collapse, which I don't think they do because I think they already used it, then I just go... Hopefully, I've got 10 cards in Lost Zone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the money. We've also got Flower Selecting, so we're good. And that's a wrap. You see how sketchy that was, though? That didn't feel good. It didn't feel nice. It felt bad, actually. Got plenty of cards at a Lost Zone. Escape Rope. And it's Sableye time. Lost Mine. for 3 prizes. There we are. There we are. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay. And you know what? We'll put a few extra on Dunsparce for good measure. There we go. GG's. And we did get a little lucky there. Lugia was slow to start, but we'll take it. That about wraps it up for Lost Box. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers, but I'm not there yet, and I need your help to get there. So make sure to click that subscribe button and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content, just like the stuff you watched here, every weekday. Now, y'all have a good one. See ya.